An electromagnetic pulse, EMP, can instantly disrupt our technologically dependent society, leading to a pre-industrial state. Studies indicate that up to 90% of the unprepared population could face severe challenges within a year. This presentation explores strategies beyond basic prepping, addressing critical infrastructure failures and offering actionable plans for long-term survival in a post-electric world. Electromagnetic pulse, EMP threats come in three forms: nuclear high-altitude electromagnetic pulse, solar coronal mass ejection, and non-nuclear electromagnetic pulse. Nuclear high-altitude electromagnetic pulse involves high-altitude detonations affecting entire continents. Solar coronal mass ejection, though less intense, can still disrupt grids. Non-nuclear electromagnetic pulses target specific infrastructures. The Congressional Electromagnetic Pulse Commission warns these threats could extend recovery of critical systems from 1 to 3 years. In a cascading failure scenario, 70–90% of unprotected electronics are disabled within milliseconds, causing immediate control system failures. Power grids collapse, communication networks go silent, and transportation halts. Food distribution, water purification, and medical services fail, leading to social breakdown as essential services remain unavailable and supplies dwindle. Electromagnetic pulses strike without warning, unlike predictable disasters. They disable systems instantly, affecting entire countries or continents, eliminating mutual aid. Infrastructure remains intact but electronically devastated, requiring months to years for recovery. Communities must achieve complete self-reliance, as outside assistance becomes impossible, demanding long-term self-sufficiency. Community resilience hinges on collective capabilities and shared resources. Practical skills that function without technology are crucial. Material preparations must extend beyond the conventional 72-hour kit. True resilience prioritizes sustainable systems and community networks. Geographic location affects survival. Rural areas offer food production, while urban areas provide human capital and infrastructure through effective community organization. Faraday cages must offer 60–80 decibels attenuation for effective electromagnetic pulse protection, yet many do-it-yourself solutions fall short. Electronic systems vary in vulnerability, with computers and smartphones being highly susceptible, while older equipment is more resilient. Prioritize protecting communication gear, medical devices, and infrastructure controls. Develop non-electronic alternatives for critical systems to ensure continuity. In the first 72 hours post-electromagnetic pulse, confirm the event and secure electronics. Establish communication with family. Assess community needs. Decide on evacuation or sheltering, and secure water. Coordinate with neighbors. Salvage resources, and implement medium-term plans for water and food. Regular security checks and community resource inventory are crucial. Municipal water systems, dependent on electronic pumps, will fail within days post-electromagnetic pulse. Redundant purification methods like gravity filtration, chemical treatment, and boiling are essential. Identifying and securing natural water sources nearby is crucial. Ensure a minimum storage of 1 gallon per person daily with proper rotation to meet drinking and sanitation needs. Developing agricultural self-reliance is crucial. Focus on soil health, skill development, and maintaining seed stocks for continuous food production. Utilize non-electric preservation methods to extend harvest viability. Strategic reserves should balance caloric and nutrient density. Non-hybrid, open-pollinated seeds adapted to local conditions ensure renewable food sources, essential for long-term sustainability beyond stockpiling. With 85% of prescriptions potentially unavailable within 30 days, exploring medication alternatives is vital. Focus on extending critical medication supplies and identifying natural substitutes for chronic conditions. Prioritize medical knowledge, emphasizing first aid, chronic condition management, and preventative health. Equip with non-electronic diagnostic tools like manual blood pressure cuffs and traditional surgical instruments. Plan facilities with designated clean areas, effective waste management, and natural light utilization. Effective energy strategies post-grid failure emphasize mechanical systems. Wood heating with efficient stoves and passive solar design reduce reliance on vulnerable electronics. Human-powered generators producing 3 to 5 kilowatts offer practical energy solutions. Weatherization can cut heat loss by 90%, while 1830s-era technologies provide reliable, non-electric alternatives. Prioritizing these methods ensures resilience when modern systems fail. Simple radio equipment, especially tube-based and basic transistor radios in Faraday protection, offer resilient communication. Establishing local networks with scheduled transmissions conserves power. Systematic information gathering and verification are crucial to prevent misinformation. Restoring basic communication infrastructure in stages, starting with point-to-point systems, helps prioritize connections during recovery efforts. Transportation planning post-electromagnetic pulse requires evaluating vehicle vulnerabilities. Modern vehicles, highly susceptible due to electronic systems, offer performance, but are non-repairable. Pre-1980s vehicles with mechanical simplicity are field repairable, but face fuel and parts challenges. Non-motorized transport and draft animals, unaffected by electromagnetic pulses, provide reliable alternatives, but have range and capacity limitations. Post-electromagnetic pulse security challenges evolve through confusion, desperation, and adaptation phases. Initial confusion demands vigilance as systems fail. Desperation requires resource protection as supplies dwindle. Long-term adaptation focuses on sustainable security without electronic aids, relying on community coordination and low-profile strategies to conserve resources while ensuring safety. Modern banking systems fail rapidly post-electromagnetic pulse, making physical cash crucial for immediate transactions. However, tangible assets like tools and land retain value throughout recovery. As communities stabilize, alternative exchange systems based on skills and services gain prominence, surpassing traditional commodity-based economies in importance. Community resilience hinges on coordinated infrastructure management, dividing responsibilities for water, security, food, and medical care. Skill inventories and teaching frameworks ensure knowledge preservation. Leadership structures that balance decisive action with inclusive representation prevent power struggles, enhancing response effectiveness and stability during crises. Prolonged crises often challenge psychological resilience more than physical hardships. Acute stress can evolve into chronic issues like depression and anxiety. Effective support involves maintaining purposeful activities, preserving cultural practices, and providing outlets for stress. Establishing mental health protocols pre-crisis enhances community resilience, especially for vulnerable groups, ensuring better adaptation and recovery. In the first 30 days, prioritize immediate needs and community systems, salvaging resources from failing infrastructure. By 90 days, focus on sustainable systems for essentials and skill development. After a year, aim for reliable food production and basic manufacturing. By 3 years, reconstruct critical infrastructure and connect with regional recovery efforts. Replace electronic controls with mechanical alternatives for critical systems, ensuring manual overrides. Shield communications with 80 decibels plus protection, including Faraday cages and electromagnetic pulse-rated surge suppression. Establish community protocols, skill inventories, and resource sharing agreements. Preserve knowledge with physical copies of technical, medical, and agricultural information, and develop systems for skill transfer. Begin by assessing your current preparedness against electromagnetic pulse-specific needs, identifying vulnerabilities and electronic dependencies. Protect critical electronics with proper shielding and establish communication protocols. Address immediate needs in water, food, and security without electronics. Develop skills for manual operation of systems and document emergency procedures. True resilience stems from preparation and community development, reducing electronic dependencies and building robust alternatives.